In this video, I'm going to talk just a little bit about the various aspects of care, aspects of healing. So we're going to talk briefly about the root causes of the stressors that the body's dealing with. We'll talk a little bit about the restoration of the function of the organs and of the body, and then the healing of the organs themselves and maintenance. Regarding the roots of the problem, the drivers that are going on underneath that the body's dealing with can be from many different sources. And that's one of the things that makes us so individual, because we all have different lifestyles and different diets, et cetera, et cetera. The next thing we look at is how are the organs function. You see, every organ has got its function in relation to the rest of the body. An engine of a car is not the car. The engine has its function in relation to the whole vehicle and makes the whole vehicle work and go somewhere. So our organs are all interrelated and they communicate with each other. And if the one's not functioning right, the others are also being affected by that. So we look at the restoration of that function. Like the heart has to function in such a way that it gets the nutrients and the oxygenated blood to the rest of the body for the remainder of the organs. And then there's the aspect of looking at the organ itself and helping the organ itself to heal. Because every organ, every part of our body is constantly replacing and creating new cells for that organ. So a cell is kind of born, it does its function, and then it dies off and it gets recycled by the body. And we need to be then helping the body to give it the good parts, that is the food, the nutrients that the body needs in order to make really good parts. Let's face it, you don't see an Indy 500 race car team shopping at a big box store for their parts for those cars. So we want to do likewise and give the absolute best parts, those best nutrients we can for the redevelopment and the regrowing of the cells for each of the organs. So there are those various aspects, and then there's the actual maintenance of that wellness once all that work has been done, and then we need to maintain our health after that. So I'm going to steal an analogy from one of the physicians under which I have done a lot of my study, and that is, think of it this way. It's like a house fire. If there has been a massive house fire, you're going to stop the fire. But what do you have to do first? You have to find out what caused the fire. So if it's a gas leak, you need to stop the gas leak and shut it off before you can keep the fire out. So that's where we start, is finding the gas leak and then to get the fire out. Then you have to clean out the debris after all of that damage has been done, clean out the debris. And from then you can bring in the carpenters to start to rebuild. So it's very much like that in terms of restoration of our health. The next step, of course, then is the maintenance. You can move back in the house, but you're still going to have to do the dusting and the vacuuming and do the dishes and all of that, because if you don't, you're going to end up with another mess. It may be a different mess, but it'll still be a mess. So maintenance is that part of the lifestyle changes and those kinds of things that we go forward with and continue to do in order to maintain our newly founded wellness and health and happiness and stuff. So those are the aspects of care that I deal with.